Hello, everyone. Give me back. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Here. Hello, person watching. How you doing? Excited for the new Death's Dynamic Shroud album coming out. It's going to stream around 11 p.m. my time. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Good to see you, man. How you doing? Any music you listen to? Anything new? Anything cool lately? That's good. Any new music you listen to? Anything like that? No, here. I've been listening to Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, My Chemical Romance, and Death Grips, and rewatching Spider-Man 3. That's cool. It's pretty cool. I like all those groups, and Death Grips and Nine Inch Nails, as you know, are one of my favorite bands, and I like My Chemical Romance and Marilyn Manson too. So, I mean, Marilyn Manson not as a person though, but I think he's a good musician. I think he's talented. He's just how the new stuff come out. Yeah, he's not a great guy. I listened to Short Bus and Title Record by Filter, and they were great. That's good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think the album Title Record, I think, is a pretty good album. I mean, it's not one I listened to a lot, though, but I thought it was decent. I think that album Short Bus has their most popular song, the Hey Man, Nice Shot. And I think Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, I think he produced it, I believe. I'm not sure if he produced Title Record, but I know he produced Short Bus. And he's worked with the guy from Filter, I'm pretty sure. Well, and they're also from Ohio. I didn't know that. Because that's where, I mean, I think Trent Reznor, I think, was born in Pennsylvania, but I think his band was formed in Ohio. Richard Patrick, oh, he played guitar for Nine Inch Nails during their Cranium Machine. Huh. I prefer Short Bus. Yeah, I disagree with that though, but I think Short Bus is all right. It's all right. I think Title Record is pretty good. I think I'd probably give it like at least a high 7 to a light 8, maybe. I listened to Soundtrack for the Revolution by Shiz, and it's fantastic. Yeah, that album's great. That's really a hidden gem in my eyes. I think it's a really great album. I hope it gets a bit of a more of a following later. Oh, one other album you might like. There's an album. It's a very underrated group called Div Tech. Div Tech. Let me see. What's the name of the album? I actually have the record of it. The group's called Div Tech. Yeah, they're from Ohio. They have an album called Stasis, Confines, Actions, Conditions. It's really good. Really great album. Very underrated. Really hope it gets a following later. It's very underrated in my eyes. I'm planning to watch A Clockwork Orange. Oh, yeah, it's a pretty good movie. It's very explicit though, very explicit, and a bit disturbing, but it's very good. It's a really weird movie too, but it's really good. It's very well thought out, very ahead of its time. That's probably my. It was my favorite movie for a really long time, but I think it's probably my second favorite Stanley Kubrick film now after The Shining. If I had to say, but yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie. Ever listened to Speaking in Tongues by Talking Heads? Yeah, I think it's a great album. It's one of the more underrated, though. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't really say it's my second favorite. I don't know, maybe third or fourth. But yeah, I like that album. My favorite song though is on it. The what is it? What's it called again? Let me see. Last song on the album. This Must Be the Place, Naive Melody. That's my favorite song they did. The song is like super catchy. Really pretty song too. Is that your favorite Talking Heads album, by the way, Speaking in Tongues? You know, Talking Heads, I think, were one of the biggest influences on Radiohead, and they actually got their name from a Talking Heads song called Radiohead. It's on one of their albums that isn't really one of their better ones though. Not really. I was started listening to their album Remain in Light today. I heard it's their best album. Yeah, that album's definitely their best. Remain in Light. That album is fantastic. That album's great. What do you think of Remain in Light? Forever. I'm still listening to it. Do you like it so far? I didn't really like it when I first listened to it. It kind of has to grow on you. It's not really inaccessible though, but Next week, I'm starting to watch Breaking Bad. Oh, okay. Hope you like it. It's definitely a great classic of a show, even though it first aired in 2008, I think, something like that. Hey, Gabe. Hey there, buddy. Hey there. Hey there, boy. What you doing? Still there, Gabe? I always had to go to the bathroom real quick for a second. I need to get a haircut. Stupid watching. Stupid watching. Ever listen to Machine Girl? Yeah, I love Machine Girl. Yeah. They actually did an album called well, it's more a soundtrack called through a game called Neon White. It's really good. That's one of their best releases in a long time. Is my second favorite? My favorite is probably that. That mega mix. That mega mix thing. What was it? I'm trying to remember. Like the one DJ mix. They had a bunch of like. I don't know. That's my favorite. They did is probably that. I can't remember the name of it. MRK 90 mix volume 1. Yeah, that one's my favorite they did. It's that one. I feel like I would normally go more for their hardcore, like their digital hardcore stuff, but they really, really do a great job on hardcore breaks, I think. Like my favorite non-soundtrack, non-mix thing, that was probably Because I'm Young, Arrogant, and hate everything we stand for, though, which is digital hardcore, But Wolf Girl, that Wolf Girl album's really good too. What's your favorite album by him? Also, did you listen to that Neon White soundtrack? It's really good. I haven't listened to it and don't have a favorite because I listened to Wolf Girl once about 2 years ago. Yeah, that album's pretty good. It's their first one. But yeah, it's interesting you brought up Machine Girl because Machine Girl is kind of like the digital hardcore thing that they kind of doing. I guess it's kind of what Shiz it is in a way, and Ravage Junk and stuff like that. But Machine Girl, I'd probably say is the most well known digital core group. I'd probably say. There's actually a really good album by Alec Empire, who's in Atari Teenage Riot, which is a group that started digital hardcore, and they're actually a big influence on Def Grips, I think. But I think Alec Empire's solo stuff is better. But he has a really good live album with Merzbow, and Merzbow is definitely not for everyone because his noise probably just sounds like just harsh feedback to most people. And I really don't like his music on his own. I don't really know what it's for, but I feel like when mixed with other genres like EDM and metal, I think it sounds really good. Well, he did a breakcore album with Merzbow, and it's really good. Live at CGV or something like that. I forget what it's called, but you should just look up Alec Empire on Spotify, and you'll see someone with Merzbow, and that'll be it. It's like the cover is like a black and white thing, and it has like a police officer there or something like that, like next to it or something. Hello, other person watching. I should listen to Alec Empire solo album someday. Yeah. He has another good solo release, but it's really long, 2 to 3 hours long. But it's really good. It has a lot of combinations of metal and other stuff. It's called Intelligence and Sacrifice is the name of it. It's really good. It's really long though. I don't think it's as good as the live album I mentioned though, but it's still pretty good. Oh, it's 2 hours long. Okay. I've listened to Black Flag. Yeah, Black Flag's great. I think I prefer. There's like a what was it? There's like an EP, a bunch of EPs they did that was in a compilation. I think before Henry Rollins was in it. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It's like a compilation. The first 4 years, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's a really great compilation album. My favorite, though, out of their studio stuff, though, is probably My War. I had to say. The album is a big influence, I think, on sludge metal, I believe. My War. Nervous Breakdown. Yeah, there's that EP, and it's a really, really short EP. But they had a compilation album called The First 4 Years, and that's a compilation of all those EPs. I think all that stuff is their best. Those all that stuff they did. Personally, in my opinion, before Henry Rollins, I think they did a lot better before he went there. And I think Henry Rollins is a good frontman, though. I mean, I think he's a talented guy, but. Like I said, their other stuff with him is still pretty good. I just think before they had Henry Rollins, I think the other guy was a lot better, I think. I heard MCR and Black Flag is one of the biggest influences. Oh, Alec, who? The biggest influences on. Oh, Black Flag is one of the biggest influences on My Chemical Romance. I read it as "and." I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. You know, actually, I heard that Gerard Way, one of his biggest influence, I think I heard that Gerard Way was highly influenced by A Clockwork Orange. I heard, and he actually cosplayed as Gerard Way or something like that at one point. And so did the members of Flaming Lips, and also I think Danger Mouse and CeeLo Green did too. I think they cosplayed as Alex. Also, I heard Gerard Way and Mikey are fans of Britpop bands like Blur and The Smiths. This is interesting. Yeah, both those groups are pretty good. You know, the vocalist of Blur is the one of the main, like one of the founders of Gorillaz. You know, I mean, I think I prefer Gorillaz over Blur though. But yeah, it's pretty cool though. The Smiths are pretty good. Their album Queen is Dead, probably my favorite they did, which is probably a pretty popular choice, you know. But mm-hmm. Have you ever listened to Blur? Like my favorite album they did is probably 13. It's probably my favorite they did. I think you listened to one song from them. I think I listened to one song from them. That is song 2. Let's see. I don't think I've listened to that one. Let me go see. From their album Blur. I don't think I've listened to that one though. I recognize the cover though. One movie I'm planning to watch in the future is a movie called Memento. Oh, that movie's amazing. That movie's amazing. It's one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. It's so good. It's made by Christopher Nolan, the same guy who made The Dark Knight. I'm sure you've seen that. But I think Memento is my favorite he did. That movie is fantastic, man. You won't be disappointed. That's such a good movie. You should definitely check that out. It's very good. Very, very, very good. It's one of those movies you probably got to watch more than, I mean, not watch more than once, but not because it's actually a pretty accessible and easy to understand movie. But I say watch more than once just because it leaves details that you find out later in the movie. It brings those up. It's really, it's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie to watch more than once, kind of like with Fight Club. Fight Club is pretty fun to watch more than once because there's things, a hint of stuff that comes out later, you know. I've been re-listening to some Aphex Twin songs. Oh, that's cool. What do you think of him? You know, Aphex Twin is one of my favorite artists, as you know. My favorite still probably Selected Ambient Works, 85 for 92. I say. Then probably maybe Window Licker. Then after that probably Drux. Then probably Richard D. James album, and then probably Selected Ambient Works 2. Then probably Come to Daddy. Then maybe Cyro. Then probably I Care Because You Do. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, maybe Cyro. Then, yeah, probably Cyro. Then probably I Care Because You Do. Then probably after that, probably Collapse EP probably. Well, I guess actually, if you were to count that one album he did, what was it? The under the Tuss Rush Up Edge. That would probably be my favorite is Selected Ambient Works. My favorite, then probably Window Licker. Or probably Drux, then probably Richard D. James album, then probably Selected Ambient Works 2. And then my sixth favorite would probably either be Come to Daddy or the Rush Up Edge album, probably the same. Maybe Come to Daddy and probably Rush Up Edge, really. That's under the name of the tests. It's not under the name of Aphex Twin though. But it's still pretty good. Worth checking out. It's like acid techno. Which I think is a genre he enjoys making quite a lot. I think my favorite is Drux. Yeah, a lot of people really, really like Drux. That's definitely his most experimental release. I would say if it was like maybe like an hour shorter, I'd maybe say it would be probably my second favorite if it was an hour shorter or so. But yeah, Drux is pretty good. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely his most experimental. And I think the classical pieces on it are really pretty too. What's your favorite song off Drux? If you had to say. I think my favorite off Drux, by the way, is probably Vord Husband. April 14th is I think is arguably his most popular song though, but either Cockford 10 or Mount St. Michael. It's cool. Can you at least type the name of the Diptech album in chat? Yeah. Hold on, give me a second. What's it called? Yeah, it's a very unique name, I guess you could say. Here you go. Stasis, confines, actions, consequences. Welcome. Yeah, it's really good. It's very, very underrated. I have the vinyl of it too. And the artwork of it is really cool too. It's really strange. It just sounds like something that people would completely eat up and just love, but it didn't blow up for some reason. I'm not sure why. But it's very, very good. Very good album. Where's my mic? Now he's there. Now he's there. And the cover art's really good, and the packaging for it's really cool too. And it came with a really nice booklet and all this other stuff. Vinyl of it. It actually samples an Aphex Twin song on it too, by the way. The one really, really noisy, harsh, like sounding song off of I Care Because You Do. What's it gonna take? Favorite hardcore punk album? Probably I guess if you can consider post-hardcore, I guess probably The Shape of Punk to Come by Refused, if I had to say. That's probably my favorite hardcore punk album. But it's more post-hardcore, but I guess post-hardcore is a genre of hardcore punk. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I love that album, man. That album is insanely good. That album's amazing. You know, if you like Black Flag, you should check out a group called Minor Threat. Their complete discography thing, which discography sounds like a lot, but it's only like 48 minutes, like 50 minutes or so. But yeah, you should check it out. It's really good. Then also he has another group he's in called Fugazi, and they have something called Collected Songs that's really good. And they also had a studio album in 2001, I think. It's called State Argument. It's also really good. What's your favorite song off of Shade to Punk to Come? Just curious. My favorite's probably New Noise. My favorite is definitely the whole album. Yeah, the album is really good. It's a really good album. Yeah, the album is fantastic. Did you listen to their other stuff too? Because their other stuff doesn't even compare at all. Like their other stuff doesn't even come close to how good Shade to Punk to Come is. It's almost like insane that this group that has a lot of albums that are kind of made an album that good. But it's an album called their other album, the one that's blue, has like a guy with a shirt off and it's like tinted blue. That album is good, I think. Not nearly as Songs to Fan the Flames of Discontent. I think that one's pretty good, but it's not nearly as good as Shape to Punk to Come, obviously. And they have an EP called The New Noise Theology, which is just like as the song New Noise and then two other songs that weren't released in a remix of Refused or Fucking Dead. I think that album was a big influence on Linkin Park, I believe, and also I don't know about Korn. I think Korn was around before that album came out. I'm pretty sure, but I think they were a big influence on Linkin Park. I believe was that album. I don't know if you can hear that in it or not, though. Because a lot of their songs sound kind of like metal a bit. Yeah. Favorite track from SFTR? Oh, Soundtrack for the Revolution by the Shizit. What's that one song though? Oh, let's see. It's probably the second to last song. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Do you prefer Shizit or Rabbit Junk? Just curious. Point, click, kill. That's my favorite. Point, click, kill. That's probably my favorite off of it. So do you prefer the Shizit or Rabbit Junk? I prefer the Shizit. Personally, at least that album. I haven't really listened to Shizit's other stuff, though. But Rabbit Junk's pretty good too, though. But I just think the album blows everything else they did out of the water, I think. There you go. Hi. Good girl. Hey, there, girl. What's your favorite song off Soundtrack for the Revolution? I don't know. I haven't listened to Rabbit Junk yet, and I also don't know which Rabbit Junk album I should listen to. They have an album called let's see, what's the name of it? But Rabbit Junk is basically like the vocalist of the group, Shizit. That's a group he was in before he was in Rabbit Junk, and Rabbit Junk's more well known. But Rabbit Junk is like a duo with his wife. It's basically him and his wife, but they're the same genre. But they're more popular though. Reframe, that's the name of it. Reframe, yeah, Reframe. But that album's pretty good too. It's the same genre and it's the same guy, but it's just him and his wife. The other one, it was like him and I'm assuming his friends or something. Shizit, just him and his friends, and Rabbit Junk is him and his wife. I don't know. I would assume they're friends if they're in a band. I guess I don't know. But yeah, let me know when you listen to that stuff. Mm-hmm. I think my favorite track from Soundtrack is Cold Naked Protests and Herdcore. Oh, hi. Hey, sweet girl. In my opinion, Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory is the #1 album of 2000. I would completely disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. But I think that album's fine. I think it's fine album. That's pretty decent for new metal, I think. But I completely, utterly disagree with that. But that's okay. That's all right. One of my top favorite albums of all time. Yeah, that's fine. I personally completely disagree with that, but that's fine. I think my favorite Linkin Park release though is probably a Hybrid Theory EP, and I think that's just because Mike Shinoda's featured a lot more on it. I think I like him a lot more than I like Chester Bennington. I think, and my favorite Linkin Park album though is probably Meteora, probably, if I had to say. They were a group I absolutely was obsessed with back when I was a teenager. I was a lot younger, you know. What's your favorite song off Hybrid Theory? If you had to say, hi, sweet girl, good girl, good girl, right there. Ring a ding a ding a ding 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 ding. The last track pushing me away. My favorite song off of it is probably In the End, probably. I'd say. I think my favorite song by Linkin Park when I was younger was Numb. That was my favorite song they did back when I was younger. What is your number one album of 1999? I'll probably answer this before I go. I'm trying to think what albums. Take a look real quick. Let me think. Hold on. Okay. I guess The Fragile probably, but let me go see. Probably The Fragile. I'm pretty sure that came out in 1999. Why? Is that the year you were born? Oh, no. 98, 12, 28, Adokachi no Wakare by Fishmans. That's my favorite album in 1999. That came out in 1999, yeah. Yeah. 98, 12, 98, 12, 28, Adokachi no Wakare. It's a live album by Fishmans. That's my favorite. It's really, really long, 2-hour long album. Might not be for everyone, but I think that album's incredible. It's my favorite album from Japan. Anyways, gonna head out. Thank you for talking to me. Have a good night. Always good to seeing you, Rudy. Have a good night.